This should be interesting. So, each of these people can give us a special event. After we complete a couple side events. More specifically, talking to Toa and then going to visit Valimar out on the main road. So let's go visit Toa real quick. And everybody else, apparently. Why are we walking? We can just teleport right there. It's easy. Alright. So, to get every single achievement, we have to have an event with every single person. I can't remember who I did it with before. So unfortunately, we'll just have to wing it. I think I went with Sarah as like one of the 2 or 3 choices I had. So we'll create a save here, because we're going to have to go through each one of these to get their achievements. Actually, let me just double check to see real quick if it actually was Sarah, because if it was Sarah, I should probably do somebody else to make sure I actually get the achievement at this part. I just actually have to read. Worth the wait. Spend the evening before the final battle with Sarah. Yep. So I chose Sarah the first time. Well, Maleem, you're the closest. Feel happy. Pretty sure I talked to everybody and just read all their dialogue already. We can skip it. Alright, we don't have any more quests until the next day. Alright, let's see what happens. I can only hope that we actually get the achievement. And we don't have to play for an extended period of time to get it. Class VII Dormitory. Please all be fully voiced. Speed it up. Woo!
Hey there, Rean.
We get to sit back and relax. And watch the sexual tension ensue.
Hey, you sure took your
FBI,
time.
open up.
Guess you finished exploring the grounds, Milliam?
Nope. But I didn't want to keep you waiting, so here I am. This place hasn't changed a bit. It feels great to finally be back here.
Yeah, it does. Well, while we're here, are you up to walking around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs.
Oh yeah, I'm curious too.
Fishy. I wonder what game the girl with the blonde hair is from. That doll that was on the shelf.
Feels weird seeing Crow's room all empty again like that. I mean, we joined Class 7 on the same day, so he's always been there to me.
Oh yeah, I guess you did. We were all pretty surprised when we got 2 new classmates on the same day. That's unusual enough as it is without one of them being a gambling addict and the other one being you.
Can't deny that we made things more fun, though.
True, I can't. I hope we weren't the only ones having fun, though. You had fun too, right?
Yep, I sure did. It was my first time sitting down at a desk and studying and all that. I didn't think I'd like it so much. I had so much fun, I sometimes forgot why I was sent to the academy in the first place.
Well, if it was that fun for you, then that's all the more reason we need to put things back the way they were. We'll bring Crow home, make it through the war in one piece, and then we'll go back to studying and having all the fun we want with our classmates like always.
Reen, I've been feeling kinda off lately.
Oh no.
Off? How?
Every time I think about how we'll have to fight Crow, my chest hurts. It wasn't like this before. I don't know why either. It's not like I've hurt myself there or anything. He's C. He's our enemy now and we need to fight him. So, I don't know why I feel this way. It's all new to me.
What you're feeling now is totally normal. Crow's our classmate. We might be on different sides right now, but he's still one of us. And fighting against a friend is hard. It hurts to fight someone you care about. So there's nothing off about it, Milliam. It's perfectly normal to feel the way you do.
It is? Maybe it is for you, but I don't know if it's such a good thing for me to feel like this as an Ironblood. These feelings might get in the way of me doing my work in the future, so I'd probably be better off.
Don't you
without
dare
it.
say that.
Maybe so, but I'm still happy you feel that way.
Feelings are everything in an anime.
Why's that?
Or anime game.
Not everyone will agree with me, but I think it's important to know what it feels like to be sad or in pain. We strive to be kind to others because we know what it's like to suffer. And it's only by overcoming sadness and pain that we grow stronger as people. Personally, I'd say feeling hurt is a sign that you're starting to grow up. This war is terrible, but fighting your way through it has given you feelings that will forever change you.
You think?
Yeah, in the best way too. For me, for the rest of our class, and for you, of course. But like I said, you're only just starting. You've still got plenty of growing to do, and I want to watch over you.
So he'll become a teacher in Cold Steel 3. Spoilers.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure Milliam is in this class.
I'll never figure out how you don't burst out laughing in the middle of all those mushy speeches. We're classmates, but you barely know anything about me if you think about it.
You're right, I suppose. I don't know about your past, how you came to be an Ironblood, or what connection you have to Altina either. That's not as big a problem as you think it might be, though. It's all trivial compared to the one thing we do know. We all care about you.
Head pat.
That's so. You love me that much, huh? So you gonna marry me when I'm all grown up and hot and stuff?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, I meant everything that I said. And when all this is over, you can use all those new feelings you gained to keep on growing right here at the Academy.
Roger.
Come on, pick up the pace. You don't need the dramatic shot. There it is. Alright. So we confirmed that we get the achievements after that event. So we'll just speed past all of this. It's entirely possible it might be faster to Alt F4. Oh, it'll definitely be faster to Alt F4 and reboot the game. I mean, I'm only going for the achievements. Oh my god, you have to check every single one of these? Oh my god. Why you do this to me? Ah! Stop. Because I said I'd view everybody's, just like how I did with the sauna event. Might as well view Sarah's event also. Get hers out of the way. You already seen what happens. But who cares?
Finally. Sorry if I kept you waiting.
We'll keep this going and we'll have the best match with Reen, second last, and the canonical match for the final one.
I think I actually showed up a little early.
Because unfortunately they say Alyssa is basically the canon person that Reen chose for this event, I think.
Finally had enough booze for the night, I take it?
Yeah, had enough of the bad company too, so I managed to skedaddle. I figure
Well,
the others should be able to handle
deal
things
with
over
it when
the
we
academy.
deal with it. Anyway,
Just standing here really does bring the memories flooding
just
back,
kick back,
doesn't it?
relax.
For as
We'll
long
be
as
here for a
we've
while.
spent here, it feels like we've been away even longer. But I'm glad you made good on your word and took it back from the Alliance.
So am I. And I know I couldn't have done it without you. Say, while we're here, why don't we take a little stroll through the place? I'm feeling the itch to see if everything upstairs is like we left it.
It's a date. It's a shame Crow isn't back with us like old times, huh? In a way, he hasn't changed a bit since his first day. Even then, he was never honest with his feelings.
Oh, yeah. You helped out with the Arcus trials they all did last year, didn't you?
Yep, we sent him all over the country, just like we did with you guys during your field studies. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder that if I'd noticed something was off with Crow back then, we all could have been spared a lot of heartache. I've known him even longer than you guys have. Heck, I was his teacher. I guess I keep thinking maybe there was something I could have done.
It's not your fault. Crow's planning was meticulous. He'd been setting it up for years. He would have gone through with it either way. But I'm not going to sit back and let that be that. I'll face him down, beat him, and bring him back. That's my promise. He'll be back where he belongs, with us. And you'll be there with us too.
Yeah? I know you'll do everything you can. If anyone can bring Crow back, it's you guys. It's been almost 2 years since I traded in my bracer badge for the whole teacher shtick. But there's never been a day when I regretted making the switch.
Likewise. We couldn't have ended up with a better homeroom teacher. Your methods seemed really bizarre at first, but when I look back, everything you did prepared us for what was to come.
Thanks. It makes me happy to hear that. I'd like to think that you all learned a lot from me, but over the past year, I've learned plenty from you guys too. Things I never learned pounding the battlefield as a Jaeger or during my time with the bracers. But whatever the future holds for me, I know the time I spent here will help guide me in whatever I end up doing next.
Wait, whatever the future holds? You're not thinking of...
I don't even know anymore. No matter which side comes out on top in this war, the Empire's never going to be the same again. When it's all over, should I stay on as an instructor here? Should I go back to being a bracer? Or branch out to something new? All I know is that I want to be able to support you guys in whatever you decide to work towards, as much as I can. Just how I'm going to do that, I don't really know yet. I'm hoping that fighting through the battle ahead of us brings me an answer.
You really are amazing, you know that? No matter how fast we grow, you're always a step ahead of us, pushing forward into the unknown to show us the way. I'm never gonna be able to measure up to you, am I?
What do you mean?
You're experienced, reliable, always ahead of us, just out of reach, but guiding us forward. You're strict sometimes, but you're always compassionate, and you bury your weaknesses deep down to be someone we can rely on. And somewhere along the way, I started to hope that one day I'll be able to finally catch
Give it a
up
game or
to
two.
you, so that we can think of each other as peers, as something more than just teacher and student.
Oh,
As things stand, I'm still a long way from being there. When this war is behind us, and life slows back down to its normal pace, there'll come a day when I graduate from Thor's and head out into the world as a real man. When that day comes, I want to be there for you, in some way, as your equal.
oh my. Well, you're just full of surprises tonight, aren't you? With all that's been going on, I never realized you felt that way about me. You can be pretty daring sometimes, you know that? I'm sure you're well aware that I go for the classy, mature gentleman type, and not students, though.
Yeah, but we're looking toward the future, right? Students grow up. Boys become men. Sure, I might not look the part now, but one day I'll be a dashing, handsome gent who can turn even your head.
All right, then. I want you to close your eyes. In fact, I'm making it a formal assignment. No peeking.
Why?
Shh, no questions. Good students are supposed to listen to their teachers.
Well, if you say so.
Sexual harassment. Sue, Sue.
Just think of that as a little appetizer. In a couple of years, if you're still hungry for the main course, come and find me. I'll make it worth the chase. Still, there's no need to rush. I'm willing to wait, if you are.
Thanks.
Well, that's done. And Alt F4 is a much faster process. Let's boot it back up again, although we have to wait for it to sync because it does that thing. I don't feel like disabling it. Quick enough to boot back up though, at least. Isn't there a thing for boot from your most recent save? Might be able to use that. I'm pretty sure Durante added that. Don't know how well it works though. Well, we'll just go from bottom to top. Alright, Elliot. Ready for a most definitely not homosexual evening? And let's see what exactly goes on when it's a guy.
Hey, Reen. Didn't think you'd be here already.
Let's just say
Neither
that,
did I, to be honest. It just kind of
like the
happened.
sauna events, let's just say that all of these are canonical and they just happened one right after another.
Finished
That's a
everything
fun
up
way
with
to
the
think
wind
of it.
orchestra, I take it?
Sure did. It was great to be able to play together with them again. I swear, though. Looking around, you'd think we never left. It's just like coming home.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Thor's might not be the home any of our class grew up in, but it's our home nonetheless. Come on, let's walk around for a bit. I want to check on things upstairs, too.
Sounds good to me. Nothing's changed. Even after all this time, it's exactly as we left it. It feels like we've gone back in time to our last day here, but somehow lost Crow in the process.
Yeah, his absence makes all the difference in the world, too. Like any twinge of nostalgia I feel is somehow wrong.
I know what you mean. It's like trying to perform a concert with an instrument missing. It's just not the same. Though in this case, the concert is our class.
Yeah, I got that. But you're right. He might not have been with us on day 1, but Class 7 isn't complete without him. Which is why we can't give up. To go back to your metaphor, we might be missing an instrument, but we can still go out and steal it back, right?
Right. Hey, Reen, I've got a question. Do you still remember the day of our welcoming ceremony?
How could I forget? It was a pretty eventful day, but I still remember that you were the first to try and start a proper conversation with me. I guess you could say you were my first friend at this academy.
Well, you were mine too. To tell you the truth, I was really nervous that day. I wasn't exactly thrilled to be here, for one thing. My dad practically forced me into attending in the first place. So I was feeling pretty doubtful that I'd be able to deal with wasting 2 years of my life at an academy I didn't care about. So in order to try to get a handle on things, I figured the first person I tried to talk to should be my opposite.
What do you mean by that?
Someone who, unlike me, had strong convictions. Someone who was looking forward instead of backwards.
But Reen was doing the opposite of that for the first
Remember
entire
sitting
first
there
game,
in
pretty
that
much.
auditorium and thinking, there he is, he's the one. It sounds stupid, but I figured if I could make friends with someone like you, maybe I'd get stronger too.
Wow. I didn't know you had such high expectations when you first started talking to me. But if that's what you wanted to do, you picked the wrong guy. I wasn't anywhere close to being strong. Worse yet, I was so oblivious, I didn't even realize that there were people around me who really cared.
And he's still oblivious.
I don't know about that. The fact that you're kicking yourself now means that you've grown up quite a bit since then. So no matter what you say, I'm sure I chose the right person to talk to. No doubt about it.
Oh. Thanks, Elliot.
Spending time with you has made me stronger too. Strong enough that even Dad will accept the path I've chosen. And while it's come as some surprise, it's also helped me realize more than ever the real power of music. I don't think my love for music has ever been stronger, in fact. That's something else I owe almost entirely to you. You helped me find my path, and now, thanks to you, I can see it stretching out in front of me.
Really? That's nice to hear. But you're stronger than you think. You always have been. Even if you're kind of small, the music in your heart has always roared. I've always admired that about you. And I've always been proud to call you my friend.
Thanks. I mean it, Reen. You really are the best friend I ever could have hoped for. As long as we're together, there's nothing that can stand in our way.
My thoughts exactly.
Handshake.
That goes for Crow, too. Between the two of us, I'm sure we can make music so amazing, we'll even win him over.
You've got that right. Together, we can do this.
There's the achievement. Perfect harmony. Alt F4. Alright, let's try to running from last save feature. Continue from latest save. Play. Nice! Alright, so... let's go visit Eustace. Eustace will be the next victim. All right.
You can't apologize if you're not late. I just
I just
decided to
realized I
show up
skipped
early.
line of dialogue. Oh well.
How are the
I'm sure it
horses
was just
doing?
introduction.
Splendidly.
Meh.
if not a little too energetic for their own good. Whitcomb was especially thrilled to finally be reunited with his master.
I bet he was. Nice to hear.
Alright.
There's not a brick out of place, which means it's just as run down as ever. Still, I've made so many memories here. I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's for sure. It's really nostalgic being back here again. What do you say we head on up? I want to see what things are like upstairs, too.
Alright, why not? Crow's foolishness continues to baffle me. He's fighting under a banner that doesn't include him. He's the sort you'd more likely find in a casino than the capital.
That's for sure. Fighting for the Alliance really doesn't suit him one bit. I'm sure he realizes that too, though.
Pepper.
He sees Duke Cayenne as more of a sponsor than an ally.
So it's just a case of the two using each other while they share a common purpose. Winning him over won't be easy, but we should push this angle if we intend to do so. Rufus will likely be more difficult, given his key position in the Alliance and shared ideals.
I didn't even think...
My brother's always been my light, both dazzling and warm. He commanded respect, but he also deservedly earned my absolute trust. After the death of my mother, he was the only living relative who did so. And he was a constant. Someone I could rely on and look up to after I was taken into the family mansion in Bereahard.
I know how you feel. Your brother is to you what Elise and my parents are to me. I'm sure he still cares about you too. He's probably just as worried about your inevitable encounter as you are. The two of you might disagree about the country's future, but that doesn't mean you can't care about each other.
I agree. Which is precisely why I've chosen to fight him with everything I have. That, above all else, is the role that I must play in ending this war. I am the man I am today because of my brother. He gave me everything I have, taught me everything I know. He was the one who taught me how to behave as a noble should, taught me to raise horses, trained me as a swordsman. I was always looking up at him, as if he were some sort of celestial being shining in the sky above. So the idea that I could cross swords with him on equal footing and emerge victorious always struck me as absurd. But not anymore. For all their riches, power, and influence, even the greatest noble is human, and they can fall like anyone else. My father always treated me with scorn. I was forever doomed to be the bastard child. But I always tried to act a noble. I suppose I did so out of some sense of duty towards my late mother. But as I spent more time with you, Regnitz, and our other classmates, my very perception of nobility changed. I found myself wanting to discover what it truly means to be proud of one's nobility.
True pride.
I can, and I will, surpass my brother. Not in order to justify the title given to me at birth, but in order to demonstrate the pride I have in myself as myself. And with you, my finest friend at my side, I know that I can accomplish that.
I'm flattered, but I'm not half the man you are. You've always had a meaningful sense of pride, more than anyone else I know. I honestly never expected I'd be able to be friends with someone like you. Not as equals, but I'm glad that I was wrong. It fills me with pride to know how much belief you place in me, and that you're even willing to put it into words.
Perhaps your numerous heart-to-hearts and endless supply of passionate speeches have finally rubbed off on me. No matter how this war ends, our position as nobles will likely never be the same again. Regardless of what happens to this nation, we will always have our pride. That should never change.
There's the Eustace I know.
Yeah.
I won't let my pride waver either. Not when I've got a friend like you to keep me in line.
That goes without saying. I can't have you embarrassing me now, can I?
Alright. House of All Broea. Yeah, this feature's handy, isn't it? Now, I did want to check one thing that I thought of. Just wanted to be 100% sure I had every single character, except for Colette. Who only shows up in the epilogue, for whatever reason. Yep. I'm just gonna double check the day real quick because I don't want to miss it. That's 100% completion. Let's see. Colette, there you are. After appearance of Reverie Corridor on March 13th. Yeah, so epilogue date. Alright. Let's go bug Toe in the library. Where are ya? No, she's not in the library, she's just at the top of the student union. Alright, then we'll bug whoever shows up first, and that will probably be Machias. Yep, Machias is first.
Sorry I'm late.
I just realized, accidentally, it's very fitting that Eustace and then
Not at
Machias
all. You're right
is
on
the
time.
order that I chose.
I take it everything's squared away with the chess club?
It was nothing special. We just played a few games with the upper class students like we always used to. Of course, we couldn't decide a winner, but it's not like there won't be time for that in the days to come.
Good luck with that.
You know, it's odd coming back here and seeing things exactly how we left them. It's almost as if this place were frozen in time these past few months.
Yeah, it's true. Well, what do you say we walk around for a bit? It'll give us a chance to see how things are upstairs, too.
Might as well. Everything's the same up here, too. Can't say I'm terribly surprised. As ridiculous as it sounds, I was hoping against hope that we'd just find Crow sitting in his room as if nothing had happened.
Honestly, that does sound like a long con he'd try to pull off. I'm surprised the common areas are so clean, though. I figured they'd be covered in a few coats of dust by now. I guess the upper class students worked hard to keep things nice around here.
Presumably so. I can scarcely believe how different a person I've become in less than a year. When I first arrived here, my blood would start to boil if I so much as heard the term upper class. But now...
You're a new man.
Honestly, when I think back to how I acted on our first day, even Milliam seems dignified in comparison. I came here with a firmly ingrained belief that nobles were the enemy, so that's the way I treated them. That's certainly a time in my life that I'd rather forget. Ugh, how embarrassing.
It's not like you didn't have your reasons, though. After what you went through as a child, I don't think anyone could blame you. Besides, we've all changed for the better since we first showed up at the academy.
I wonder if that's true.
Big
Right about the
sad.
reason, of course. I've hated nobles ever since the day they took my cousin from me. My time here helped me realize that not all nobles are so despicable, and that I was misplacing the blame for her death. That's something you and our other noble classmates taught me, and it makes sense to me on a logical level. Claiming that I've matured as a person feels somewhat empty, because I can't be sure I really have.
How so?
Having a logical understanding of something is one thing, but completely restructuring your beliefs around it is another. This war has proven that to me. I know as well as anybody that the nobility as a whole isn't the cause, but the nobles who are have taken so many lives. While I know it's wrong, in my heart, I still blame every last one. So the things I say and do might have changed, but inside, I'm the same hateful, immature child I was on the day we met. Still, that used to frustrate me, even make me resent myself. But not anymore,
Why's that?
because I've accepted myself. My immaturity is still a part of who I am. I can't change that in a day, but I can keep trying. We're all immature in our own ways. But together as a class, we managed to make up for each other's flaws, making it the perfect environment for me to learn and grow. And it doesn't hurt my best friends a part of it. I mean you, Rain. All I can do is keep learning and improving. That's the only thing any of us can do. After this war's over and once we've rescued Dad from the Alliance, this nation as we know it will never be the same again.
What kind of onomatopoeia is that supposed to be?
Hey, cut it out! Stop laughing, damn it! I'm in the middle of a serious, impassioned speech here.
Sorry, I can't help it. You know how sometimes something makes so much sense that you can't help but laugh? That's you in this ultra-serious speech.
I beg your pardon?
You've got no shortage of strengths, but the one that really stands out is your ability to face the whole world directly. Eustace might argue you're a little too direct, since you do occasionally run yourself straight into trouble, but that stems from the strength of your conviction. You stand by your beliefs, and you're willing to fight for them.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Sure it is. It's why you're able to tackle problems that others would rather avoid, even the most difficult ones. Like the class system. Most people would have just seen it as a fact of life, but you see it as a problem that needs uprooting. I have nothing but respect for that. You're serious in the truest sense of the word, so this speech just made me laugh.
What? That wasn't the response I was hoping to elicit. And what's with all this heart-to-heart stuff all of a sudden?
You should know by now that if you try to give me a serious speech, I'll give you one right back. And I'm not even done. I'm being completely honest when I say that as long as the two of us are together, we can build a brighter future for Erebonia.
I do like that self-aware line.
Many have gotten injured, or worse, lost their lives. And I don't want it to be for nothing at all. I want a future where people can look back and say their losses weren't in vain.
That's certainly ambitious, but I'm sure we will. We'll live our lives to better those of the people around us, starting with taking Crow back from the Alliance. And then we'll build that future of ours, piece by piece.
It's a promise.
Give me 1 second. I need to go into Microsoft Paint and save a picture real quick. I had an epiphany for something. The People's Choice Awards. Which nobody actually watches, or at least I don't. I don't care. No. Next. Toa, get over here. I'm gonna head pat you and you're gonna like it. Head patting intensifies. I'll be honestly disappointed if he does not head pat Toa, though. I'm anticipating it.
Thanks for inviting me here, Rain.
And thank you for coming by. Guess you're all done with work?
Yep,
The other student council members said they don't mind splitting what's left between themselves. I wanted to stay longer, but it was hard for me to say no after they insisted I take the rest of the night off.
Can't blame them there. You've always been a workaholic.
Sure is nice being back in here. I mean, I never lived with you guys, but I would drop by all the time to deliver your requests on free days.
And you always had to do it so early in the morning, too. I can't count how many times you went out of your way for me. Well, while we're here, how about I give you a tour? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Why not? So, that was the room Crow lived in for the 2.5 months he was here, huh? He lived with the rest of us in our dorm before that, but he seemed to have way more fun with all of you. I was a little jealous of him, to be honest.
Really?
If Crow was going to come back anywhere in Trista, it'd be here. What with how it connects all of you, and even me, Angie, and George, I doubt there's anywhere in Erebonia he'd rather be.
Yeah, you're right. I doubt he feels like he belongs while he's with the Alliance anyway. Which is why I fully intend to honor my promise to drag him back here.
And I can't wait to see him graduate. It really is amazing just how dependable you've become. When I first met you, I had no idea I would end up relying on you so much. Even after, I never thought you could handle it all.
I suppose we both had weird first impressions of each other, didn't we? I'm not proud of it, but I totally didn't believe you were a second year when we first met. That being said, you were quick to prove me wrong. You're so capable and reliable.
Thanks. But there's something I want
Acting
you to
captain.
Like...
I really do think you're amazing. And not just because of all you did at the academy. You were chosen by Valimar. And you've gone through all kinds of scary experiences as a result. You've made a difference to the lives of so many. And you're surrounded by people who see you as their leader. But no matter what happens, no matter what you're up against, I don't want you to forget that you're only human like the rest of us. I don't really believe there are natural-born heroes out there who are superior to everyone else. And I don't think you're an exception. So don't feel like you have to shoulder everyone's problems by yourself. We're all here with you if you need us. There's no shame in asking for help or relying on others if you need to, okay?
Wow. Thank you for saying that. Really. Talking to you gives me a sense of ease in a way nothing else can. You're always willing to accept people for who they are, strengths, flaws, and all.
I don't know about that.
It was only because you were there to support me that I was able to start accepting myself for who I really am. That I was able to try and keep moving forward as I am instead of losing faith in myself. So, thank you. For everything.
I'm happy to hear you say that. It's weird. Now more than ever, I feel so glad I was able to become Thor's Student Council President. If I hadn't, I might have never met you. And I doubt I would have ever started feeling like this.
Like...
Rean, can you kneel down for a minute?
Huh? Like this?
Well, I said there would be head pats. Didn't expect this.
Don't worry. I'm sure everything will work out just fine. We might not be heroes, but that's all the more reason we'll see this through to the end without giving up. And we'll do it without losing a single one of us along the
Oh,
way.
you're gonna be wrong about that.
Right.
You're towable. We'll go counterclockwise. I'm pressing the wrong button for fast traveling.
Sorry for being late, Reen. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long.
We've been here for 46 minutes. Damn.
Oh, don't worry about it. I just got here myself. Finished everything up then?
Yeah, everything seemed to be in order over at the old schoolhouse, too. And for once, even Celine was acting considerate.
You don't say.
Being here like this really feels like old times, doesn't it? I made so many fond memories here in this building. I can't even begin to count them all.
Yeah. Hey, seeing as we're already here, you want to take a little walk around inside? I'm curious what state we left things in, aren't you?
Well, that sounds like fun.
I like how none of the dialogue so far has been a complete repetition, except for, I think, once so far. Like, they mix up the lines a little bit.
Back then, I never would have imagined that Crow was an Awakener, or that he was working with Misty from Abin time of all people.
Well, that makes two of us. When I think about the trial we had to pass, it's hard to believe he did something like that alone.
It really makes you wonder. I mean, we had his help when we did it too. His determination must have been incredible to take on something like that by himself and come out the winner. And I have a feeling he'll take all of us on by himself too. That's what it comes down to. If we want to bring him back home with us, we'll have to show him we're even more stubborn and determined than he is.
I think we can match him point for point on that as long as you're there. And as the witch responsible for guiding you in Valimar, I fully intend to see everything through to the very end.
Thanks. I'll be depending on you.
Reen, I've been thinking lately. Somewhere along this journey we've taken together, I finally felt glad to have been born a witch. If I hadn't, I might never have enrolled at this academy. And if I'd never come here, I would never have met everyone in Class 7, and I wouldn't have met you.
I'm really glad you did. With all we've been through, if anyone besides you had been guiding me, I doubt we would have come as far as we have.
I'm happy to know you think so. Before I came to the academy, and even well after I'd started here, I lived to fulfill the duties expected of me as a witch. I'd been that way ever since I was little. But all that time, I had no idea of the real significance behind everything I was doing. My life as a witch was so all-encompassing, I couldn't really see anything else.
Emma.
It was
That
after I
Emma was
started
very
to
loud.
realize that things started to change. I may have come here to keep watch over the fate that awaited Valimar and the one he chose as his Awakener. But I feel so much more than that now. Instead of just watching over you, I want to stand with everyone and fight alongside you as an equal. I don't want to be someone who just watches things happen. I want to be there with Class 7, no matter what's in store.
I'm happy you're with us. You've always been looking out for us, doing as much as you could and supporting us in more ways than we realized. I doubt Class 7 would be what it is now if you hadn't been a part of it. So I think I speak for everyone when I say thank you for sticking it out through all the good and the bad.
I owe you guys a lot of thanks, too. Some days, the only reason I was able to keep doing my part as Class 7's president is because everyone, well, maybe not everyone. It's because you accepted
There's
me
the
for who I was.
romanticism.
You must have had so many questions, but you were always so patient and kind.
Emma, the only reason I feel like I can fill the shoes of an Awakener is because I have you to guide me. When I first found out what I had to do, I was confused. I didn't understand what was going on, really. But with you by my side and showing me the way, I started to feel like I might be able to really do it after all.
Is that so?
Emma,
Ooh!
I love you. No matter what fate has in store for me, I've decided I'm going to face it
That's
head
the...
on.
I think...
Because as long as I have you,
Didn't
with
even
me,
say that to Sarah.
I know that whatever the challenge, I can rise to meet it.
Damn.
Will you stay with me?
Of course! What would Grandmother and Vita say if they could see me now? This isn't exactly a respectable path for which to take.
Maybe not, but who cares? We're old enough to make our own choices. And even if the path is a rough one, I'm ready to stick it out.
Me too.
Wholesome conclusion. Witchy woman. Just completely tearing through this. Interesting. Alright, let's go visit Fee. Once again, wrong button. Will I get it once? I don't even know if I got it once. Talking to everybody so far.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Hey, no worries. I haven't been waiting long. Did you take care of everything you wanted to do? Last time I saw you, you were still out in the garden.
See,
Yeah, Adel and I
53
planted some
minutes.
new
I think
seeds.
each
found
one
them
is about
myself.
7 or so minutes.
Really? I can't wait to see what they grow into then.
It's kind of nice to be back home, especially after so long.
Yeah, really brings back memories. And now that we're here, why don't we head inside and walk around for a bit? I'm curious to see how things have held up upstairs, too.
Sounds good to me.
Speed it up.
Wonder if Crow ever plans on coming back to us.
Honestly, I don't think so. Not of his own free will, at least. It's clear that he really believes in what he's doing. I've sworn over and over that we'll bring him back. I don't think that's going to be so easy at this point, but that's never put us off before. We'll get him back no matter what happens.
Yep, we won't lose. Not to Xeno or Leo either.
Having to fight the two of them this way must be tough on you. No one wants to fight family.
Yeah, but that's exactly why I can't hold back against them. If I show them even a hint of hesitation, I'll never be able to get through to them. I think the same's true for Crow, too.
I suppose you're right.
I've always wanted to find a family. Even my
That
earliest
dramatic
memory
pause.
has me wandering lost on a battlefield, trying to find somewhere I could belong. But eventually, I found one. Zephyr. They gave me a place to call home. Showed me a warmth only a family can provide. And always looked out for me.
A place to call home, huh?
Then we lost our boss, and the family who'd given me all of that decided to leave me behind. And I realized how weak I really was. On my own, I was nothing. I always relied on them to keep me safe. But I couldn't do anything for them in return. After that, Sarah took me in, and I wound up joining Class 7. For the first time in my life, I was around people who needed me just as much as I needed them. For the first time, I could protect them just as much as they protected me. I found myself part of a completely different kind of family. One I didn't even know existed. And I'm so grateful to Class 7.
And especially you, for giving me that. I still want to ask them why they all left me behind. But more than that, I want to show off the new family I found. I want them to see how well I'm doing now. Zeno and Leo were always important to me. But that's why I want to let them know just how important all of you are, too.
That's a heck of a compliment. And we'll do everything in our power to make sure you can show us off.
Thanks. It's weird. There's all kinds of ways to form a family, right? And it's easy to find where everyone else fits in ours. But you're just kinda different.
In what way?
Elisa, Laura, Emma, and Sarah are like older sisters to me. Milliam's obviously my annoying kid sister. Machias, Eustace, and Gaius are like my big brothers. And so's Crow, I guess. But I don't think of you like that.
Hey.
You're not like
Give it a few
sibling,
years.
But something else. Something closer. I can't put it into words, though.
Fee.
Maybe in Cold Steel 3 when you're, what, 17 years old?
I feel the same way about you.
A bit closer to a more acceptable age.
You're more than family to me, and I'm glad to have you by my side. You might be a bit younger than most of us, but you fight harder to defend those you love more than anyone I know. And you're every bit as important to me as I am to you, if not more so.
Good.
That pat.
Anyway, we've got work to do tomorrow. The future of our Class 7 family rests in our hands.
Yeah.
Now Kish. FBI, open up. Alright, Jägermeister. Since I'm not actually saving, I don't have to do the weird cloud saving feature. Save some time unloading. Alright, Laura, you're next. I got it that time. I did not go into the regular menu. Victory. Ah, missed a line of dialogue again.
Hey, Laura. Did you finish taking care of things then?
Oh well.
I believe so. It truly does feel strange to be back here, though. It's been a long road to return here, and yet, return we did. This building holds so many memories for us. I couldn't even begin to count.
It sure does. Well, while we're here, you want to walk around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure, I'd like that.
And watching all of these, super cementing in the harem vibe that the game gives off. It doesn't even try to really hide, honestly.
I don't know why, but there was a little part of me that
Shame.
expected to find Crow here waiting for us. I mean, not literally expect, but there was just a little voice in my head going, what if, while walking around.
I can hardly blame you. I felt the same. Instead, he's another obstacle we have to overcome.
Another
One of
barrier
many.
that we have to get over.
Yeah. Still, we've been able to face every challenge that's come our way up till now. Why wouldn't our fight to bring Crow home be the same?
That's a good way to look at it. Nothing stands a chance at declaring victory over Class 7's combined might, or our two swords. Speaking of, Reen, I realize I've asked this once before, but do you like the path of the sword?
Hearing that brings back memories. You really caught me off guard when you asked me that back in Celtic. Any reason it's on your mind again?
I was just curious. It feels as though after our impending battle, things will never be the same. And so before that happened, I wanted to hear your answer one more time. For all I know, that answer's changed.
Ah, right. Well, it hasn't. My answer's exactly the same now as it was then. Swordsmanship is like a part of me. It's always been there. It's not a case of liking it or not, it's just part of who I am. Both my swordsmanship and my sword are me in a way.
Maybe you'll be happy to know that my feelings on the subject haven't changed either. My stance and my resolve are the same as they ever were. I stake my pride, my soul, my very being on my blade, and wield it to attain ever greater heights. That is what it means to me. Why I value it above all else. Or so I say. I'm conflicted, to tell you the truth.
Conflicted? About what?
In both my time at the Academy and during these past few weeks of fighting alongside one another, I seem to have found something else just as precious to me.
Are you suggesting...
I've now discovered a new reason to fight. One that differs from the reason I've fought for all this time. And that reason gives me more courage and power than I've ever felt before. Never could I have imagined there would be anything that would mean as much to me.
Just say what it is, we all know it.
At least, not until
There it is.
I met you.
I like Amelia.
Green. I think I love you. At first, we were just friends, but now I see you as something far more. That's why I need to know. Do you feel the same way about me too?
I wanted to be the one to say it first, but it looks like you beat me to it. I always figured that as a man, it'd end up being my job.
Sorry, that was presumptuous of me. I'm simply not used to these sort of things.
No, don't worry. You've got nothing to apologize for. I've always admired you ever since our first day here. Your swordsmanship is so elegant, strong, and beautiful that I couldn't help but be captivated by it. And by you. You're as strong as you are reliable, but that feminine side you show from time to time is adorable too. I'm always happy to be part of our class, but having a place where the two of us can better ourselves makes me happiest of all.
Truly?
I love you too, Laura. Even after we graduate, I want to keep walking alongside you, following the path of the sword. And I hope that we one day reach those heights we're aiming for, but together. I'm glad I finally got
So I'm
the
guessing he
chance to
says
say it.
I love you to Emma, Laura, and Alyssa. Everybody else, doesn't matter.
Laura?
I had no idea it would make me this happy to hear you say you love me. My face feels like it's on fire from blushing so much.
I feel the same way, you know. We've got no way of knowing what the future holds in store for us, but we can't let a war like this stand in our path. Like you said, we have a lot of obstacles
Barriers.
to overcome, and by overcoming ours, we'll prove we're capable of so much more.
Yeah, we will. May we both wear the way of the sword proudly, and together protect our friends and our future.
Wait a minute, where's the achievement for Laura? Do I already have it? Did I already get the one for Laura? I don't remember getting that. Arcade School of Courtsmanship. Unlocked August 24th, 2018. So it must have been when I was speedrunning through the game. And I guess I didn't realize that I ended up choosing Laura. Huh. I didn't look at any of the events, so... Alright. Got that achievement. Whoops. I pressed the wrong button. Oh well. now we have Gaius and Elise. We'll go from the first floor, so we'll visit or not Elise, Alfin. Elise is the other person. Also, can't remember if he has something for me or not. No. All right. This should be interesting. Quite interesting. Ah, I missed the dialogue again.
Oh, hello. Welcome to our dormitory. Did you finish talking to the principal?
That's right. We sorted out all the arrangements for tomorrow. I had the delightful opportunity to enjoy the Academy atmosphere on the way here as well. If there are ever any other festivals or the like here, I'll have to try and come back by myself to see them. So this is where you and your classmates spent so much of your time. I almost feel as if I shouldn't be here. Like I've stepped into Class 7's private little world.
Oh, not at all. You're very welcome here. So, how would you like me to show you around the building? I'm curious how things are upstairs now, too.
Well, if you're offering, then let the tour begin.
So, it's like when you have Toa. You just view the center of the hallway first.
So that was once Crow's room. His room was opposite to yours then?
Yeah, he only lived there for a couple months, but I can't picture anyone else being there. It was pretty handy having him so close by too, especially when we were making plans for the festival. We could just wander into each other's rooms anytime we needed something.
You two must have trusted one another so deeply. And that makes the fact you two have to fight one another all the more depressing. Why must it be that way? Well, just know that while I may not be able to come with you, I'll be praying for the best.
I appreciate that. Don't worry, Your Highness. I fully intend to win against him and bring him right back here.
Alright, Alfin, are you gonna make it romantic, or are you just gonna tease Reen?
Oh, Reen, you're such a tease. Besides, I'm hardly the lovely, kind-hearted girl you think I am.
Pardon?
At first, I was acting as a substitute for Elise because she couldn't be near you herself. I thought, if she couldn't support you, I would try to do so in her place. And before I knew it, I found myself learning things about you that even she didn't know. And the more I learned, the guiltier I felt. Guilty because knowing things she didn't made me feel, well, really happy.
Oh, I had no idea.
Making it romantic.
As if that weren't awful enough, I found myself wanting to know more and more. What right do I have to call Elise my best friend when I feel this way?
Head pat.
I'm honored to hear that. You needn't think it was one-sided, Your Highness. I was happy to learn more about you through all of this, too.
You were?
I've learned how much of a prankster you can be, how hard you work for the people of your country, how smart you are. I see you always conducting yourself with dignity and pride, and I've also seen just how much you care for everyone around you. I'd be careful that one other interest of yours doesn't get out of hand, though.
This simply isn't fair! It's like I'm the only one getting worked up here while you just play everything off, cool as a cucumber! Well, whatever happens, it's all on you! I take no responsibility! When we find Elise, I'm gonna tell her everything, and we'll talk it through. All night if need be. Oh, perhaps working together as a team might not be such a bad idea.
Why am I suddenly filled with an overwhelming sense of dread?
Anyway, none of this even matters if you don't come back alive tomorrow. so you have to, alright? With Elise, of course. Promise?
I wouldn't dream of doing otherwise. The two of us will be back before you know it. So wait a little longer, okay?
I can't wait.
National Treasure. Alt F4. 2 more. I did not click the quick load from latest save again. But we only have 2 more. We've been watching these for an hour and 11 minutes. I am the best streamer. Easily the best streamer. Voice cracks only make it better too.
Oh, hey, Irene. All done celebrating?
I guess. It still feels early, but I'm bushed after all that walking around.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts out there. I'd finished clearing up the club room earlier than I expected, so I decided to swing by once I was done. It feels strange to be back here again. Strange, and yet I feel right at home.
Yeah, I can't explain it, but being here again is somehow comforting. You up for taking a look around here with me? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure. They're all empty, of course. I know it's silly, but a small part of me was hoping we'd find him in his room like normal, here to see what the commotion was about.
I know the feeling. Whether he admits it or not, I like to think our time spent in this dorm meant something to Crow. I want to believe it still means something to him.
And to think, Crow's already experienced that horrible feeling of losing the one place you call home. He knows what it's like more than any of us, to be utterly powerless against the tides of change, to lose everything you hold dear. We may have been able to avert the worst in the end, but I can relate to that feeling of dread, at least a little.
Yeah, I guess you would know. Maybe you guys can talk about it some more once we bring him back.
Whoops.
Well, that we will. I wish I could say Nord is safer now, but we still can't afford to let our guard down just yet. We only saw a snippet of what it would be like for war to affect it, and there's every possibility it could do more in the future. And then there's Calvert to think about. We're at peace now, but who knows if, or even when, that could change.
Which is why we need to do what we can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Still, as much as I wish I could be back in the Highlands, ending the war here in Erebonia should be my prime focus now. If ending it makes for one less potential threat at home, then I can rest easier at night knowing I've done something right. I don't want this land to be plagued by danger any longer. I've come to love Erebonia as much as I love Nord. You helped me protect my home, Reen. And now, it's my turn to help you protect yours.
Huh. You really are one of the most dependable people I know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like so long as we have each other's backs, we can overcome just about anything life throws at us. I wonder if this is how Emperor Drykos felt during the War of the Lions. He was supposed to have allies from Nord too. If they were half as reliable as you are, I'm sure he must have felt the same way I do.
Your presence is just as reassuring for me too, you know. I can't help but want to answer to the unwavering trust you've placed in me, Reen. This land, our classmates, and everyone we've met along the way have become so precious to me. I find myself thinking, if I had all the strength of a tempest, all the dignity of a hawk, then I could blow away all the obstacles which threaten them. And
I don't know if I ever would have felt so strongly about changing myself for the sake of everyone here, if not for you. You've become my dearest friend, Reen.
You really?
That was a little loud.
Thank you, Gaius. That really means a lot to me. I guess we're both inspiring each other for the better. In a way, I want all those things for myself for the same reasons as you. So that I can protect all of you and the homeland that I treasure too.
I'm sure we can do anything we put our minds to. May we both go forth and find the strength to envelop this land and its people in a mighty wind.
We don't need more wind. Winderlust. Alright. Now we're down to 1. The canonical choice, moving on to Trails of Cold Steel 3, I believe. Melissa. Alright, this is the last one. And then we could move on and do some side questing. Get some progress towards my completion of all the quests. Which I don't believe I even get that achievement until I beat the whole story.
Sorry for the wait, Reen.
Oh, hey Elisa. I only just got here actually. All done catching up with the rest of the lacrosse club?
Yeah, it was great to be back with them, but I think we've done enough celebrating for the time being. Plus, Ferris ended up giving me a few friendly words of advice, too. It's kind of hard to say no to a girl who keeps insisting a lady ought to not keep a gentleman waiting, you know?
Yeah, sounds like her alright.
Anyway, never mind her. It really does feel strange to be back here in our old dormitory. In a good way, of course. As soon as I stepped through the doors, all the memories of the times we spent together here came flooding back.
Yeah, same here. It's been a long time coming, but we finally made it. Well, while we're here, do you want to walk around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure, why not? It's funny how time works, isn't it? It's only been a couple months since we were last here, and yet I feel like it's been
Because in the game
years.
development time period, it actually has been.
I guess that just goes to show how much of a mark the time we spent here has left on us, though. Every room, every corridor has a memory attached to it. Just one look, and I suddenly remember it all like it was yesterday.
You know, I guess that's true. I just wish Crow were here with us to share this feeling. It doesn't feel quite right without him.
I wish you were here, too. He's as much a part of Class 7 as the rest of us. Give it time, though. Next thing you know, he'll be right here running us
Don't
with us.
count on it.
You really never change, Reen. It was clear from the moment we met. You were someone who really cared for others. And you're as kind now as you were then. You were our leader. Always tirelessly looking out for every member of the group and putting our needs before your own. We're so grateful for all you've done. And that goes double for me.
Confession time.
Hey, Reen. Do you still remember our first day at the academy?
Our first day?
Yep, we all remember that.
How can I possibly forget? First, we bumped into each other outside the station because I was so taken by the lino flowers, and then that happened. I'd love to tell you I've done what you asked and forgotten, but that's just plain not possible. Sorry about that.
I should have known. Then again, who am I to talk? It's such an embarrassing memory, I doubt I'll ever be able to forget it. And
And the part outside the station was the most picture-perfect way to meet you, too. Then we both had to go and ruin it.
I really am sorry about what happened, though. Just so we're clear on that.
In a strange way, though, it kind of worked out.
Yeah,
for the
she
best.
played out the whole tsundere stereotype for a whole few months.
Afterward, I just kept thinking about what happened over and over again. And before I knew it, I couldn't get you out of my head. We barely met, and you were willing to risk getting seriously injured just to protect me from harm. That left a real impression on me. I kept wondering, why?
Why?
Why did you do that?
Why'd you do
What kind
that?
of person must you be? Next thing I knew, I found myself watching you from afar.
Why'd you even do that?
I was so curious about every little thing you did. And the more I learned about you, the more I wanted to know. I wanted to find out how you saw the world around you and how you were able to live so true to yourself.
You know, you were always on my mind, too. You've always been hardworking, with all the pride of a noble and a strong competitive streak. But I think what stood out to me the most was how considerate you are of others, and how you always put them before yourself. All that time you say you were thinking about me, I was probably thinking about you, too. To be honest, you've been on my mind ever since our picture-perfect meeting, as you put it.
Really?
During the past few weeks and months, I've gotten to know more and more about what makes you the person you are. The two of us have had so many long talks about finding our own paths through life, or about deciding how we want to live. Somewhere along the line, I found myself hoping that between whatever you decided and whatever I decided, the paths we chose for ourselves would eventually meet and become one, so we could walk side by side.
Does that mean?
I love you, Elisa. And no matter what happens, or what you decide to do with your life, even if our paths one day end up parting, and we have to
Which
go
will
our
happen in
separate
Cold
ways,
Steel 3.
my feelings for you will never change.
Reen. If it weren't for you, I'm not sure I would have ever found the courage to find a path for myself at all. I was only able to because of how much your determination inspired me. How it made me want to struggle on, just like you do. And I love you too, Reen.
I'm so glad.
That is the only actual kiss.
I'm feeling kind of embarrassed now. I've got a lot of memories of this place already, but I think this one might leave the strongest impression of all.
So am I. I can't see my face, but I think it's safe to say it's redder than it was at the old schoolhouse. But I'll never forget this moment. No matter what happens, I won't forget. No matter what hardships I might end up facing, I'll just have to think of you, and I'll be strong enough to overcome them.
And the same goes for me, too. I've got no idea if I really deserve someone as good as you. There's still so much I don't know about myself. But I do know that I want you by my side, now and in the future. Whatever may happen, Elisa, I hope we'll be able to find a path we can share with one another.
I hope so too.
Alright, that gets us all of the final bonding day achievements. And now we can work on the rest of the game. It only took just under an hour and a half. Alright. So, we have a little bit of an order of things we can do. But we get a bunch of side quests and a bunch of extra stuff that we can do along the way. Okay, let's bring our best party. So then, we'll follow the guide as usual. So, December 31st. Speak to George because he'll be able to give us our new weapons. Also, we might be able to get the 1 million mirror achievement real quick. Alright. Question is, who doesn't already have it? It's like most everybody already has theirs, I think. Let's see. Green obviously has his. Huh. We have 3 different versions of staff. Oh. I see. That works. All right then. A bunch of people that we could talk to that we already got. There's a quest called Absentee Father, but we could do that when the guy tells us to. At this point in the game, collected all the recipes, blah blah blah. Get some quartz. Revolution quartz. I don't remember that quartz. Did I collect every single Master Quartz in the game? Let me just check that real quick. If only I can control F on this page. Yeah, gathered all 31 varieties of Master Quartz. I already achieved that. So I wonder what exactly Revolution Quartz is. Oh well, guess we'll never find out. So then, speak to Instructor Thomas in the book room on the 2nd floor of. Wait, is he on the ship? Is book room on this floor? Yeah. Say, what's that black book you got there? Oh, this? I'm not sure to myself, to be honest. Just some old book I ended up with. Ah, would you mind if I take a look at it? Not at all. Have at it. Bean showed the book to Instructor Thomas. How fascinating. Something the matter? Oh, my apologies. This is just so unusual that I end up getting lost in my own thoughts for a moment there. You see, I believe this is actually one of a series of ancient books collectively known as the Black Records. Then you're familiar with it. I'm not a scholar and teacher of history for nothing, you know. But that said, all I know is that they exist. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's actually written in the books. Evidence points to them containing information on history of this land that's been lost to the ages, but beyond that... Wow, really? Have I piqued your curiosity? Why, I can scarcely blame you. I'm as giddy as a schoolboy just looking at it, and you get to work on deciphering it right away. You mean you can translate that ancient script? I believe so, by cross-referencing other extant historical records. This book seems some heavy damage, though, so I'm afraid what I can pull will be far from a cover-to-cover adaptation. Still, if you're interested, would you be willing to leave it in my care? Along with any others you might have, of course. By all means, here you go. Black Arts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whew. I think that's about as much as I'm going to get out of that. Black Records 1 entry in book notes is updated. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, this was really fascinating stuff. Though being able to read snippets and select passages just makes me more curious about the parts you couldn't decode. Unfortunately, the damage was even more extensive than I thought. This was the best I could do right now. I might be able to decipher more if I had access to a dedicated research facility or some similar institution. But with the resources I have at hand, this is about all I can make out for certain. I see. I appreciate you doing what you could. Well, you've given me a copy of all 5 books now. Just tracking down the set is quite an achievement. All 5? Oh, did I not mention this before? In total, 5 volumes of the Black Records are known to exist. I'm pretty sure I would have remembered that if you said it before. My apologies then. I should have told you earlier. I hope you didn't spend too long trying to track down a 6th. I mean, there may well be one, unknown to even the most learned scholars, but these 5 are all you're likely to turn up. Either way, thank you for bringing me all of these. I'm going to keep working on and see if I can decode the rest of them. It may take some time, but don't give up hope. There may well come a day when you can read the contents in their entirety. Good luck with that, instructor. I'll be looking forward to it. Oh, please do. One more thing before you go. I'd like you to have this. Just a little something in thanks for all these fascinating books. A Zerum capsule. Thanks. Let's take a look at these books. Oh, jeez. Oh yeah, that's definitely unreadable. Hopefully later on we'll be able to have the whole thing readable. Now before I forget, let's go to the hold and see if we can earn the 1 million mirror achievement. Create an extra save here because I'm going to sell off all of my stuff. Oh yeah, I'm going to be able to get it. 1 million in a single trade. Alright. So now we can get a secret side quest. By going to... Wait for it. Wait for it.
Where
To
do you
Ymir.
want to go? Leave it to me.
You have to speak to Reen's dad. This is a second playthrough exclusive.
Reen,
Huh.
we were just
It's
told what's
voiced.
about to happen.
You're to take part in the liberation of the capital, yes? I'm sure you're aware of how dangerous this will be. More so than anything else you've done to date.
I am. But this is our chance to bring the Civil War to an end for good. I know how you guys worry about me, but as a student of Thor's, I want to fight to protect my country. And as Elisa's brother, I want to fight to take her back. I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. I have to go.
We knew you'd say something like that.
That we did. You're not a child anymore. You've grown into a fine young man. And I have no intentions of stopping you. Do what you feel needs to be done. Bring Elise home and rescue His Majesty, Reen.
I won't let you down.
It's hard to believe just how much you've grown in these past 2 months. I think it may finally be time. You deserve to know the truth, Reed.
Dad?
There's something that I've been keeping from you all this time. I've wondered when this day would come, and now I believe you're old enough and mature enough to handle it. And so, once all of this is over, I will tell you all that I know about your birth.
Darling, are you sure?
I am. I'm sorry for not running this past you first, Lucian. But wouldn't you agree he has the right to know? And I'm sorry to you as well, son. I didn't intend to bring this up so suddenly.
This isn't new dialogue, unfortunately.
All right, Dad.
Might as well just
I wasn't
go
expecting
through
you
it
to bring
anyway,
it to
see
me
if something
now.
new shows up towards the end.
But somewhere in the back of my mind, I'd always suspected there was something you weren't telling me.
I see.
You did?
It's not like I had proof or anything. But I was found abandoned in a blizzard. Under those circumstances, a kid my age would freeze to death in a matter of hours. And yet Dad just happened to find me in the nick of time. I couldn't help but wonder if maybe there was more to it. I kept turning it over and over in my head, trying to figure out if there was something I was missing all this time.
I see.
I'm so sorry. We didn't realize you were suffering so much over it.
I don't think it's something you should have to apologize for. I know why you wouldn't tell me. And besides, I feel like I've grown a lot in this last year too, personally. Thanks to Elise and everyone I've met at Thor's, I can finally feel proud of who I am. And that's why, no matter what happens now, no matter what you have to tell me, I'll always be your son. It's never going to change. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't looking forward to finding out, but it's not the big deal it once was anymore.
Thank you, son.
I was going to do that.
I should be the one thanking the two of you.
I feel like crying.
Your parents are amazing, Reen.
I'm kinda jealous.
I'm so happy for you, Reen.
Well, guess it's time to go.
Take care, Reed. I know you can do it.
Come back safely, all of you. We'll be right here to welcome you back.
Right!
So how does this unlock the secret dungeon?
Yes, you're right. I'm sure he'll be able to handle it.
Indeed. All we can do is believe in him and pray that Adios watches over him from above.
That was surprising. Didn't think your parents knew about your birth family.
From the sound of things, however, they don't know much more than that. You wouldn't happen to remember anything regarding your childhood before being taken in by House Schwarzer, would you?
Unfortunately not. My earliest memory is waking up in this house. I was in bed, and Elise was by my side. Wait, no, that's not my earliest memory. There was something before that.
Reen, are you okay?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I think we've stayed here long enough. We should probably get moving. Huh? I feel a strange chill.
Oh, that's new.
Somewhere. Is it coming from the valley? Might be good to look into it if we have the time.
There we go. The path to Glacier Shrine is now open. The entrance to it is accessible from along Ymir Valley 1. I wonder if this counts towards the chest stuff. If there's a chest in there, that is.
Handle it.
Pew pew. Alright. Alright, it's just, Oh! It's an actual shrine. Works for me. A spirit shrine? So it appears. Would have thought there'd be another one so close to our old base town. So there's a 5th spirit shrine all along. What could be inside? Perhaps it may contain some kind of trial for us to overcome. We're going to have to be very careful if we decide to go inside. Well, we're here. We might as well investigate. There's no telling what we'll find inside, though. It might be a good idea to go back to town and stock up first. Nah. We going straight in. Gotta go fast. Let's park it right there. Let's go. No teleporter. Oh. There's no chest here either. Alright. Let's do this. Put up your dukes. Magic Knight, Isra Zamiel. Ooh. He's got a magic circle on his back. Oh, he gets the first attack. Dick move. Ice spirits. Ouch.
Too slow.
That is a lot of defense. Holy shit. Level 140? Oh, this guy's actually... Oh, level 150. This guy's actually going to be tough. I'm technically under-leveled for this. Shit. This could end pretty badly if I'm not careful.
All right, let's do this.
Very good. Understood.
I'll handle it.
Let's get those scans in.
Okay.
Where are you? Battle scope?
I'll handle it.
Battle scope? All these guys are the same thing. Guys elementals will go down easily enough. It's a good AoE.
Onward. Overdrive.
I want to nail the boss with this.
Witness the fruits of my training. Radiant Lion.
Jesus. Wow.
Now's our chance. Don't let it pass. Leave it to me.
Leave this to me. They're off guard.
There.
You're finished. Full speed ahead.
Ow.
Your turn.
Oh no.
Leave this to me.
This is bad. Let's see.
It may be wise
No, not
to
not
retreat.
flee. Meant to choose move. So I want to see how close I was. Alyssa's probably best here.
I leave this to you.
I'll handle this.
Because she is Angel, so she'll live. I can give everybody some good insight.
Rain upon us.
Abyss Sabers. Okay, she lived. I'll take it.
My turn. Good luck.
No problem.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I won't give up.
Link with Usus.
Here goes. Overdrive.
So that way, he can get a full power termination slash dawn off. And I'll have Usus use Seraphic Ring. Has half his health left.
I'll handle this. Thanks. Why'd you even bother? My turn. Now. There.
Alright, so any arts should now miss, or reflect. Also, the arts attack up is nice for Usus. Summon power. Oh, good. Just what I needed. Great.
I'll handle this.
This is probably going to be needed. Use an art. Do it. That's no fun.
Here I go.
Well, at least you're nice enough to use it on Reen so I can move him somewhere else. Absolute Edge. Ooh, that's a KO.
I'm sorry, everyone.
I'll handle this. Arcus, activate. Thanks. Why'd you even bother? Right.
What are you weak to? Nothing. No immunities, except for attack delay a little bit. Got rid of his attack buff, so that's good.
Time barrier.
Alright, probably best if I use a noble command. The speed is invaluable.
I'll handle this.
Even if Reen doesn't get hit by it, it's very useful.
I can do this. Light.
Oh no.
Here I go.
That's not good. That is really not good. Everybody's fine except for Reen. Reen will probably die again. Sucks for Reen. Oh, this is a lost start. Alright, well, is it going to bypass my shield, though? Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll reflect right back at him. 3 times over. Dealing a lot of damage. Reen will probably die, though. Again. You're fucking kidding me. Does it count as a physical attack, maybe?
Right.
That sucks. That really sucks.
Let's go.
I suppose I should thank you. Leave this to me.
Guess adamantite shield is probably going to be necessary on somebody. Fortunately, nobody's close enough to allow me to... Oh, this works. I can...
I can do this.
No, not flee. Move. Because I'm an idiot. There we go. Hopefully use this in range. Perfect. Alright, we got ice spirits again.
I'll handle this.
My turn. There.
Oh, he has arts reflect? Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh, he's using another lost art, so I'm probably gonna die. This is gonna be great. Oh, he buffs everybody. Mighty Reflect. Just gonna get rid of everybody. I don't want to deal with your garbage. Can you not? Alright, so he's probably gonna kill everybody with Altair Cannon. Oh no, that hit. Okay.
I'm sorry, everyone.
It's my turn.
This is going about as badly as I could have expected.
I'll handle this.
In fact, probably the best thing I could do is move people into a spot where they're not right next to each other. So that way, unless he uses a AoE, we should live.
Thanks. Why you even bother?
Yeah.
Dare you? My turn.
I won't lose.
Make use of items. Faint? Oh, I didn't equip him with like an evergreen or anything like that. Damn.
Now's
My turn.
He has full health now. And I don't have anything to pierce through his garbage. I could summon Valimar, I guess. Spear Unification could be very useful. If I can reach that point. I'm probably not going to be able to at all. This is a very horrible scenario.
No problem.
Yep.
I won't give up. We have to retreat.
Couldn't flee.
Didn't work.
There's no point in staying.
No problem. Let's retreat. See you later.
I lost that boss fight. Very hard. Playing on Nightmare might be incredibly difficult to beat this boss,
Let's get going.
considering our stuff. But I should keep trying. Might as well. But this is a tough boss fight. Moves a lot faster than I do. Hard to decide what I want to take. Doesn't need a hit. He needs a seraphic ring. Could replace us with something better too. Doesn't need impenetrable shield, since he already has his, can't even remember what that thing is called, but it's good, so I might as well, I'll need to keep that on. Not really weak to anything, so it doesn't really matter what type of thing here that I use. Which one of the ones was isn't there a super high level cast? I thought there was. Ah, he already has that equipped. Might as well give him more speed. He needs it. He's not very fast. Well, Laura's slower, but who cares? Alright. Waterfall is useless in this fight. What was the opposite of waterfall? I can't remember. It's like for each level lower, you deal more damage. Which one was that? Loreen doesn't really benefit that much from it. I can't find it. Revolution. So I need to give that to Laura so she can deal more damage. Also, can give everybody a CP boost. If I'm lucky, I could try just going for a straight up one shot. End it in one turn, see what happens. Alright. Revolution. I'm gonna equip Waterfall and see if there's something that increases attack. Alright. That's the best I'm gonna get out of that. I can remove detection for now and replace it with something that will actually increase his attack. And remove Waterfall because it's not useful in this fight. Revolution. She doesn't need the speed boost. She needs more attack. High HP increases physical damage. Works for me. She won't be super fast, but well, she's already super fast. But she won't be as super fast. You can keep that. Angel should do her fine. He just needs to stay alive. Let's go with equips. Oh, he has an evergreen. He just doesn't have a item that prevents faint. I'm gonna see if I can go for a one-turn kill. I just need to stack on as much strength as possible. If this doesn't work out, then I'll run with something else. Doesn't look like useless. We're all out of good items, unfortunately. Oh, you have another aura jacket. Yeah, sure, useless can take it. She's as good as she's going to get. All right. Nope, wait, not ready yet. Now we're ready.
Let's move.
Let's see if we can one-turn this boss. I said I would abuse any strategy I get. If this works, perfect.
You're in my turn.
Alright, best case scenario here, overdrive.
Here goes. Overdrive.
This'll work.
Onward.
We didn't scan him. Oh no.
Here.
I now have the knowledge that I can one-shot him. No, wait, he didn't die in one shot. Holy shit. That's not good.
My turn.
We were this close. If I gave Yusa something, we probably would be able to kill him. Don't know how far I could take this though. Fortunately.
Good luck.
No problem.
He's just going to heal himself back to full health though. I don't even know why I'm trying. I have all these items I've never used. So why don't I make use of them? I wonder.
Thanks. Don't even bother.
Do want to scan these guys though
I'll handle this.
before I absolutely murder everything. I like getting scans, so that's my fault, but whatever. Oh my god, they heal? Oh, that is a dick move. That is an absolute dick move.
My turn. Yeah.
You have my thanks. Witness the fruit.
Mighty Reflect is gonna be a pain in the ass.
Curse you. My turn.
You
Thanks.
have my thanks.
Leave this to me.
Ah, 2 away. 2 away from what I need. That's a damn shame. Oh well. Laura still has the ability to obliterate things. So let's make use of that. If she goes down, I can revive her.
I'll handle this.
Bring her out because she'll survive no matter what.
You have my thanks.
Garbage.
Stay with us. I can do this. Right.
You have my thanks.
She just keeps comboing the moves on top of each other.
You have my
Appreciate it.
thanks.
Everybody's fucking dead. Oh wow, that was death?
I'm not done yet.
That is garbage. That is stupid.
Sorry, I'll show you how it's done.
This isn't good.
You have my thanks.
Even Bob.
I'll get... I don't need...
All I need is one more turn. If uses... Not uses. There it is.
This can't be happening. Very well.
My turn. Focus, activate.
Let's move. Here goes. Overdrive.
My turn.
Here I go.
Do I have anything ridiculous here? Nothing ridiculous, unfortunately.
Let's move.
Yeah, it's like, unless you kill him in one hit, you are just fucked.
My turn.
Let me guess, I can't interrupt his spell. Nope. Because of guard.
Wasn't even paying attention.
I won't give up. We have to. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, this fight on Nightmare is just brutal. Well... Hello, Dragon's Blaze. How's it going? Let's see, I wonder what would be good to use. I have no idea. Can always force another person into the party that's has better attacks.
Why do I suddenly feel as though all the joy has been torn from my body and replaced with screaming
Thanks for
terror?
following, man. How do I kill it in one hit? I have an idea. Who can we stack the most attack on? We'll throw them in the party and just beat the ever-living shit out of the final boss. This sounds like a good idea. I like this idea. Let's see, is anybody... No, you don't want that. She had a deep Okeron. That's 100 attack. The best way to beat the crap out of this boss is to just nail it in one hit, because on Nightmare mode, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a better chance compared to that. Where are you? There you are. Oh. Ah, it's the Passionate Rouge. We should be able to craft one of those in Ymir. If I have the materials, that is, but I can just buy them. I have money. Let's see. Let's see, so I need red emblems. Man. Well, it's one more for the bucket. Let's see. Green's pretty much acquired. Let's see. This should probably go on whoever has the single highest attack stat. So it would probably be best on her. Yeah. 150% extra damage works for me. With a chance of crit. If I get a crit, that would be hilarious. I could probably kill the boss in one hit if I was lucky enough. Then this is attack increased to 100% when HP is high, so that should go on whoever has the second highest. That would probably be... Would either be Gaius, or it would be... Sarah, who has higher attack without any special stuff. Make sure you don't have any ports to... Oh, she has Carnage equipped. Alright. The item list. Let's see, how much does this give? 160 versus 160. Okay. So Sarah has slightly higher attack than Gaius. So we'll use her. Alright, let's organize party. We don't need you, Alyssa, since we're going to be killing it in one hit. Also, what would Milliam's attack be? No. Bonuses. 2337. Still weaker than her. Wait. Yep, still weaker. Okay, so Sarah will do. Alright, let's give her some good stuff. Whatever gives the most attack is better than anything else. CP doesn't matter. Defense doesn't matter. Glass cannon our way to the top. Nice. They have so much attack. Alright, who would fall next on the list of people who have high attack? Either Gaius or Millium, and Millium falls into that group. Alright. Organize. Usus, you are being replaced. I like you. You have the best bus in the game. But unfortunately, we don't need them. So then... you need one that just gives a lot of attack. Let's see, is there a chance for crit one somewhere? Attacks and crafts deal critical damage. That's the best I'm gonna get, isn't it? Alright, let's pile on the damage. Let's unequip. We can spend the time to re-equip these people later. Right now my mind is set on just wiping out the enemy in one fell swoop. Alright, she should be all set. Okay, we should replace one of these with the Revolution. Alright, this is looking pretty good so far. Railburst could be useful. Fire, time, and earth. Can't remember how it works though. It just speeds everybody up for a few attacks. Well, I'll take it. I'll abuse it if I can. Do we have another Carnage? I think we should only have... Yeah, we don't have many. Don't have as many as I would like. But if we can't beat it here, we are pretty much screwed. It's about as all or nothing as I can make it. Anything to increase attack here? No, looks like she's all set. Alright. Anything better than 25? Nope. Alright. This is our team that will just rip the boss to pieces. Alright then, so the ones that increase damage more should go to those two. Since Reen is going to be spending a little bit of time powering everybody else up with Millium. Millium should get Forte, so that way I can just... Nah, that won't work. Alright, we'll just head over there and try it now.
Where do you want to go? Leave it to me.
Spending a lot more time on this than I would have liked. Never expected the boss would be this level.
Let's get going.
Alright, let's try it.
Here they come.
Here I go.
Here goes! Overdrive!
All right.
Yes, sir!
Can't Grail Burst during Overdrive. Darn.
Lammy, barrier! Thanks!
My turn. All right, let's do this.
You got it.
Witness the fruit.
This probably won't work. I'm already predicting it. Nope. Didn't work.
Thanks.
Alright. Try plan number 2 now. After everybody dies. Yeah, this is a very brutal boss fight.
Thanks. I won't give up. We have to. Let's keep moving.
Alright. I have one more plan for the fight, so I'll try to make that work. Try number 1 was that try was just to see if I could just wipe him out in one shot. Didn't work. This is seeing oh. Let's see.
Let's move.
Motivate.
Leave it to me.
We need to get to Millium's turn and not have everybody die. That is a strategy. If everybody dies, GG. It's entirely possible that he'll just outright murder everybody since he has a free crit. Which sucks. let's make a save closer. We would have been able to beat that if we didn't get screwed by RNG right there. Alright, so summoning Ice Spirits again. We get that.
Let's move.
Motivate.
Leave this to me.
Leave it to me.
Alright, we got Millium. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted.
Yes, sir! That's for you!
Now we get to move. Overdrive. Alright. Millium can kill everything.
Here I go.
Green can use Motivate. Power up everybody else.
Here I go!
Let's see. I'll give Green a Zerum Powder so he has a 200 CP.
Thanks.
1.
Leave this to me.
Damn. Did not work.
Thanks.
Righto! Oh boy, time to get out of here! Oh, it didn't work?
Here I go. We have to retreat. Didn't work.
I'm just getting warmed up. Okay, let's get moving.
You would think it could work, considering it works against every other boss in the game, but I guess they made this guy too powerful. Can't beat him with that. It's hard to decide what to do at this point. I don't have many ideas. Let's see. Best I have is Millium trying to keep everybody alive, whittle down the HP a decent amount, and then unleash all the attacks. But the problem is doing that. Boss fight is trash.
Unforgivable.
My turn.
My turn.
Could use these, I guess.
Leave this to me.
Green died? He didn't take that much damage.
I'm just getting warmed up.
My turn. I wasn't strong enough.
Okay. Let's get moving.
I'll find a way to beat it eventually. I'm gonna head to bed because I'm just really tired, so... If I figure out exactly how to beat this boss, I'll be back, I guess. So... Have a good night then.